up? What up? This is your girl Venus from Low End Theories podcast.
What's going on? This is Sanford. How y'all doing out there? V, what's up with you?
Man, I'm good, family. I'm good. It's a it's always raining when I talk to you.
Oh, it's raining again.
Yeah, it's
Oh
raining
yeah,
here
it's
in
that big ass
Florida.
fucking storm going on over there in the Gulf. So
Yeah. Yeah, I heard it's supposed to rock the shit out of like New Orleans and Texas.
when I was
Um
looking at the news, because we got a classmate that's down there, and
mhm.
I had hit her up and I was like, hey, what's going on down there? She's like, man, don't stop watching the news. It ain't even that serious. I was like, all right, look, I'm watching the Weather Channel, and the Weather Channel was owned by black people. And this shit look bad. So what's going on? She's like, oh, it's we getting the outskirts of it. So then I looked at the map, and it does look as if it's moving past New Orleans and
Mhm.
going toward Lake Charles and the center of the more toward the center of the state. So
Mhm.
I heard that they was evacuating people from out of there and all that other type of
Yeah.
shit. Like it's
Yeah, I heard they had mandatory evacuations and um of course, like here in Florida, we get that weather a lot too. So I get where she's saying that it's not as bad as what the media portray it to be because I'll be having all kind of people some like, hey, I live in Atlanta. In case you and your family want to evacuate, you can come stay with me. And I'll be like, bro, we just gonna get some rain and a little bit of wind. It's gonna be okay.
oh, I see. Oh, you done got storm bougie. Yeah, you done got storm
Yeah,
bougie. Okay.
yeah. I know. I just tell people if you ever see me hanging on to a palm tree, that'll be me. You see
Oh
the
wow.
the
No,
news people, I'm be
no.
hanging on.
Not with them nails. Your ass ain't grabbing no fucking tree.
Listen,
Your ass ain't grabbing no motherfucking tree. That's it. Over with. We
shit.
just gonna have to wait until your memorial service and turn up. So motherfucking ass gonna be so well washed out to sea. Talking about you
Oh
holding
my
the palm
gosh.
tree. Just don't be on no goof ass shit and be trying to stay down there too motherfucking long. That shit come, man. Straight up.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't felt the need to evacuate. Like I've never been that scared where I'd be like, yo, I think we need to flee. Like, I guess.
Got to believe. Oh man, I don't even know what made me think. Oh, I know what it was. I was I think I sent you this video of Cameron sitting in the parking lot of the projects. Did I send you that? He
I
was
don't know if I saw that one.
all right, so Cameron had put this video up on his page where he was freestyling or probably he was free it said freestyle, so who am I? Right. So he was freestyling in the parking lot of the projects. And I know it's a project. If you ever been to the projects, you know that Project Light. You know what I'm saying? That
Hmm.
orange ass Project Light. So he was in the projects, and it was like this dude that was fucking with him, talking about he couldn't rap or some shit like that. You could tell like it was a guy that he knew and he was cool with and shit. So we started
Hmm.
freestyling, and he was killing that shit. Like it was it was slow, so it wasn't like you know what I'm saying like on the song pace or whatever. But I was like,
Hmm.
damn, you really do forget Cameron is fucking nice. So he you just said that we need to fleet shit, and I just thought about that because he had a song like a year and a half ago, that was called Flee. You know what I'm saying? Believe in fleeing shit.
Oh, okay.
That's what made me think about that shit. Anyway, that was a long ass story about nothing.
Yeah.
It's been kind of one of them weeks though, man. Like if it ain't something earth shattering, like as far as the news and shit, it's just been nothing. It's just been like days and
Hmm.
days of nothing, which is probably good because I mean, just speaking on my end, it's been fucked up. Like I mean, the storms and shit, then not having power,
Yeah.
it's just been rough. And then you got everything else that's excuse me, everything else that's been happening during the week. it's almost as if like you can't even catch a break. But there was like some good news. At least we got a new Nas album out of it.
Yes, yes, I was just gonna bring that up because I'm like, okay, we went from a little Cameron, but man, this new Nas album that was just released on Friday, King's Disease,
Yeah.
man, goddamn it. I mean, any true Nas fans out there, you gonna feel it. So we was just super geek. Like you couldn't call nobody. I don't even think I talked to you on Friday. I
Nah.
think I did.
I
Did
t-
I?
I told you it was coming out, and then you was like, okay. But I think I told you that Thursday. I told you that Thursday. So the day before, I told you that it was coming out, and then you was like, okay, I'm gonna check it out. I didn't hear from you until late
Yeah,
Saturday.
I listened to that shit like two times on Friday. I was just in it. So, man, I can say here just for me, I had to bring up the track list on Spotify. But like these first one, two, three, four, like these first just the four is dope as fuck. And you know what? I was really kind of feeling that one with Charlie Wilson too. That was like an unexpected feature.
Uh, I didn't. I didn't hear a weak song on the album, like
No.
or something that was put there for like filler. Like all of that
Mhm.
shit was just. It was just nice. It was like a well put together. It was just really put together very well. And
Mhm.
his verse quality is still really elite. You know what I'm saying? Like he still got elite level bars. So
Mhm.
it's good to hear that um even if he comes off a poorly received album like that joint that he did with Nas, he can come off of that and then still come up with another album that is,
Mhm.
oh, okay, this is what it should have been. This is what it is. And shout out to Hit Boy because all of them tracks was banging. Then he got
Oh
a
my
little
gosh.
help from Dre on the Firm joint. How about AZ though? Like,
Man, I lost it. Like when I saw him looking at it, it's that joint is called Full Circle.
yeah.
And man, he got the firm AZ. Fox Brown was in that shit.
And
Like,
Core Mega, like that's what it was for me. Like, cause he had did songs with Foxy, he had did songs with AZ, but he had always, you know
mhm,
what I'm saying, he had been fucking with Nature. And I like Nature. Like Nature had like one of my favorite verses of all time. Cause like that first verse on Banned from TV, regardless of rain or snow, sleet or hell, I kick street tail, choking niggas like I'm Spreewell. Like that shit, you know what I'm saying? But
hey,
but Cormega was just like he was on our second album on the first like firm song, Affirmative Action. And like his verse was just crazy. Like when you see you put your heat up or your cream go between us, real shit. My Desert Eagle got an ill grip. I chill with niggas that hit Dominican spots, still bricks. Like he was just like his flow was crazy. So I had heard like his solo albums and stuff, but he hadn't really put out nothing that was like commercially big. And he had done nothing with
mhm,
Nas because they had fell out or whatever for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? But to hear his voice next to Nas and AZ and Foxy Brown, shout out to Foxy. Like her verse was hard, even though like man, people was talking about how she didn't sound the same because she was losing her hearing. And I remember you telling me about it. He was like, yeah, yeah, G, she definitely a
yeah,
motherfucker. But I couldn't tell that in her voice. Like I don't know if maybe they because of the way that they mixed it or but she
yeah.
didn't sound that bad to me.
No, I'm not saying she sounded bad, but you can just tell it was a little off. You know, maybe her not being able to match the beat. Like it was just a little off. And you can tell. People could tell because I've seen a few people on my timeline say the same thing. But man, I don't give a fuck. That shit still came hard. Like that was dope as hell. And I really feel like you can really tell. You can see the growth. You can see the maturity. And I hate it when people say, oh, well, this wasn't Illmatic, this wasn't Stillmatic. I was hoping to get a vibe like that. Like, the fuck you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think in order to really be successful in that business, like, you have to be able to evolve. You know what I'm saying? So just like I was telling you before, like, if you want to go back to some old cat type shit, like if you listen to Al Green songs, they all sound alike.
All
You know what
them
I'm saying?
motherfuckers, and I thought I was the only one until you said it. Like, and then you said it first. I was like, man, thank you, because I think all them motherfuckers sound the same. Al
All of them
Green,
sound alike.
Marvin Gaye.
Same,
Like, how is this not?
same beat,
How is
same
this not
melody.
just the motherfucker in the studio? Y'all just jamming out and shit, and somebody just in the back singing. You know what I mean? And then the songs just blend into each other. Y'all just change the words up and change the speed up and shit. But that shit sounds just the fucking same to me.
Yeah. So
But
it's like I don't want it to sound like some shit that he put out before. Like I want to hear, something different, something more mature. Like it's different shit going on in the world today. It's different shit to be said. It's different shit to be taught. You know what I'm saying? So he's always dropping gems in his shit.
yeah.
So that was I expected that more than anything, but I didn't expect it or didn't want it to sound like some other shit from '98.
Can we talk about King's Disease though? I mean, not necessarily the album, but the idea behind the album. King's Disease. Like the idea that once you once you become a king or you get to a certain level, you can you can become a victim to your surroundings, or you can become sick off of what it is that you are afforded, like eating too rich of foods and getting gout, shit like that, and um
Mhm.
over like abusing your power and shit, like so
Mhm.
many so many times. Like you hear these stories throughout history of people, you know just becoming drunk off power, or
Mhm.
just abusing their power and shit. And for him to so eloquently put it in modern day terms, as far
Mhm.
as just, yeah, like you getting gout, or um, you are treating people as if they beneath you or some shit, like they
Mhm.
can't, they not on your level or whatever. And it's all a disease of the power it is that you've been inflicted. I thought that for him to name his album that, and then you can hear that theme throughout the entire album, from um
Mhm.
fucking the lead single, which was uh Ultra Black, where
Okay.
he was just rapping about, being black and how black was beautiful or whatever, and things like that. But carrying that royal theme, and being aware of who you are and how powerful you can be, but not abusing that authority.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I sat back and I let that sit with me for a minute, had to marinate on that, like, I always equate, those type of situations to some shit that I've seen before, a situation I've been in before. And it's like, I can even equate that like to corporate America for our office folks. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you used to chill with your homegirl, your coworker, whatever. Y'all go to lunch or whatever together. Y'all became cool. Then next thing you know, your coworker that you used to vibe with all the time got this position of power. They were, you know what I'm saying, boosted up, got a promo, and then now you see them abusing that power. Now this same person you used to chill with every day is looking down on you now, and they whole demeanor and they whole shit change up. They switch up real quick, and they end up just getting so far gone to the point where they self-destruct.
Yeah.
So that's how I was seeing it in my mind.
And it's real sad, because especially when it happens amongst our people, when that abuse of power, or the idea of being bigger than whatever culture or situation that you in, eats at you to the point where you can't control what it is that you're doing. And
Mhm.
like you hear these stories about guys that um are always in these situations where a woman is suing them for something, or
Mhm.
they're being sued by a group of people for something that they said or something that they did, or somebody they didn't pay, or um, them catching assault charges and shit like that just for wilding. You know what I'm saying? Wilding because they feel bigger than what they really are. Like they lost perception of who they really were, and
Mhm.
got lost in the whole shuffle of getting money and having the best things around you and having access to the best things around you whenever it is that you want them, and just getting fat and sloppy with everything. Like that shit
Yeah.
happens to people, whether it's in corporate America, on the street. Like one, you just sold that one brick too many, and now you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like you sitting on the dude with the box Chevy now, because you know what I'm saying, you in last year's BMW. You know what I mean? So you shitting on the dude with the Chevy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's that type of shit. You know, that's why I say most kids get their heads cut off.
Yeah. And
Straight
then
up.
also real shit is like, when you really think about it, it's like, okay, here it is, you know, once you reach that certain level of fame, whether it be, okay, I'm now a celebrity now, or, whatever, especially once you reach a newer financial status, you know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? It's like your whole environment change, like the people that you fucking with, like you can't trust everybody, and then next thing you know, you kind of like end up playing follow the leader. You know what I'm saying? You doing some different shit. You looking at this one over here, shopping all the time, and then you treating people different. It's like you totally forgot where you came from. You know what I'm saying? So it's
You ever
just
done that
losing touch
before
with
though?
all that.
You ever done that? Like you ever get money and then like, cause what has happened to me is that I've gotten large sums of money, and then getting stuff for myself gets boring. Like I done got whatever it is that I want to give myself at this period of time, and I don't want to spend no more money on myself. Like so,
Hmm.
it would feel weird to me to not start spreading the shit around. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
it would be weird to. I'm not even talking about like my kids or whoever it is that I'm dating at the time. I mean, like in the community, like whether it's spending money at somebody's store or donating to an
Right.
organization or something like
Yeah,
that.
putting
Like
the money back in the community.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't never want to. I really don't ever want to like get to a point where I got stuff, so I'm flaunting it in front of people, or that somebody feels as if that they should come and get what the fuck I got because I have an
Hmm.
abundance of some shit. You ever uh what's your feeling, or what's your go to when you hit a lick, like you sell you a couple homes and shit, and that commission joint come in, and you know what I mean, like the bills are taken care of. You done got you a couple, couple little bags. I don't want to call them little, black people love calling shit little.
Yeah, we do.
Love calling shit little. But you know what I mean. Like once you figure you done balled out as much as you gonna ball out, like what's your next step? Do you hoard? You know what I'm saying? Like you just stack on you. I'm not saying the same
Nah,
thing when you
nah.
stack money.
Hell no. Like for me, and I think I maybe mentioned this on the bucket list show, but it's always been a thing for me. Like I want to reach back out into the community as far as um, domestic violence advocacy. So I would love to be able to like just get a big ass property, like get a big ass compound, some shit like that, warehouse and shit, and just turn that into a shelter and be able, to help women escape violent situations. Like that's what I see myself giving back to the community. You know what I'm saying? If I had that kind of money. So that's hell yeah, like that's my next after I've done everything I can do. My home is straight, my kids is straight, my grandbaby is straight. You know what I'm saying? I done traveled, I done did everything else. Okay, now let's move this into some other shit, some real shit. Let's do some shit for the community. Let's buy some property. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's really invest, and let's start seeing some money coming back to me and in my pocket.
Yeah. I could never understand the entire concept of having a lot of money and spending it till it's gone. I completely understand not being used to having money and always having just enough money to do what it is that you want to do after you pay all your bills and shit. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like you you done paid all your bills and shit. You got a couple of dollars left, so you gon' like when you was in your 20s, you go to the club, you get a fit and you go to the club, or you take a trip somewhere real quick. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just paycheck money. Like, I'm just talking about paycheck money. I'm not talking about like what you done stacked or anything like that. I'm talking about you done paid everything it is that you need to pay out your paycheck, and then you got a couple of dollars left. And instead of saving that money or turning that into a second source of income, you go spend some money on something. Now, that's something that you generally do, like in your 20s, in your early 20s, early to mid 20s, or whatever. But it's people that it's people that do it, and what I'm saying, when they get older. I'm one of them people. I'd have done that shit before too. So even in all of that, I still try to look out for other people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have that that disease, like that feeling as if
Oh, my
I.
bad. I thought we was talking about big money shit.
Oh, I mean the
I didn't know you was
I
talking
mean
about paycheck like real life money.
I mean, period. I mean, period. Like it doesn't really matter because it has to start somewhere. So like if you a cheap asshole or you a conceited prick, when you get that first paycheck from McDonald's and you go buy them Jordans and shit, and you wearing your motherfucking Jordans on the motherfucking fry line, or you know what I'm saying, in front of that grill and shit. But you shitting on motherfuckers in the walk in, you know what I'm saying? When you walk in, they see the mics or whatever, so you shitting on them. Like you
Right,
ain't got
you think you doing some shit, like you
right,
think you big money shit because you
right,
got a pair of $200 gym shoes.
right. But your whole check was 210. You know what I mean? So like that's what you decided to do, and then like you pile those type of occurrences on top of each other, on top of each other. So when you finally do get the win where you not living paycheck to paycheck, you still living in that mentality where you need to dress not necessarily to impress, but to show off. And it's a
Yeah.
difference. It's a big difference between dressing to impress and dressing to show off. Because you can dress to impress out of fucking TJ Maxx and not spend more than $100. I've done it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, they make they make polo shirts with the polo logo, and they also make polo shirts without it. You know what I mean? Like, so it's one way to just want to look, you know what I'm saying, want to look impressionable, and it's another thing to just want to show people that you spent a lot of money on something because you're wearing labels. It's two different fucking things.
Yeah, it is two different things, but it's like, the people that do that shit always be the broke motherfuckers anyways. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, tax time come, you get your 5 grand or 10 grand, however much money you got. But it's like, okay, motherfuckers will go take that money. All right, let me go buy a used car. Let me get a bag. Let me, get a $600 wig made. Let me do this, lashes. And you just spend all this money just for the now shit. Let me go get this Fendi bag, this loot, whatever's out. You know what I'm saying? But then you
Gee,
done did all
if
that.
you spending tax return money on a Louis bag, fam, how many fucking kids you got?
Listen, some of them be racking up on them social security numbers or have a lot of kids.
Yeah.
And, it's females out here getting every bit of, $7,000, $8,000 back.
I'm just saying, you nigga, you got enough. Hold on, fam. Because this the first time I'd have ever heard of some shit like this. You
No,
mean to
but I'm
tell
just
me?
saying that I didn't say not, it doesn't have to necessarily be Louis. I'm just saying it in the sense to say that, motherfuckers go out here and just buy some shit that they normally can't get throughout the year. So you're gonna go and buy the most expensive shit that you can get that you normally can't afford just because you got this big lump sum of tax money back, and then next thing you know that shit be gone like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, motherfuckers gonna spend the money how they want to spend it. That's your business. But, at the end of the day, if you get this big lump sum of money and then the next, month or two you already broke, like, that's poor planning on you. Don't, now you borrowing money and shit because you done spent your tax money on some bullshit that you
Yeah.
can't do nothing with, and that's
And I
not
think
gonna make you no money back.
that's part of that disease because
Mm-hmm.
like it's the same people that get those sums of
God
money.
damn it.
Yeah, that get those sums of money like that, and then they front on people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
man, I got this bread. Like, ooh, out the band, start acting
Who
funny.
on the front? I'm buying bottles
Yeah,
and shit.
I'm at the club
And
buying bottles and move out the band. And then as soon as that money run out, it's you see the post on Instagram and shit. Oh, motherfuckers want to act funny and shit. Now that I ain't got money or whatever, I ain't got that tax money, or I see who my real friends is when you shine in one minute and you
that one, that one, I definitely saw that one a lot.
and they all happen around the same time every fucking year. And it's generally the
Mm-hmm.
same handful of people that this shit happen to. And it's like, you don't get this shit yet. Like, part of it could be this is what you bring upon yourself by acting this way when you have money. It could be how you choosing to spend your money. But at the end of the day, how how you how you determine your own wealth determines how you spend money. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you don't see yourself as being able to get this money again, you're gonna spend it as if it won't ever happen again. So
Mm-hmm.
you're not thinking about, man, maybe if I just put some of this away, then it'll be a little bit left for the next time I want to do something or if something happens. You thinking like, man, let me hurry up and spend this shit before somebody come and take it from me. They
Mm-hmm.
find out that they did something wrong and they got to take something back. All types of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
like, let me hurry up and get rid of this money. Like, really? But it's like, why not, my thing be too, like, instead of taking that and blowing it on the Louis bag or whatever your expensive shit is, why not take that money and invest it into a business, like something that's gonna make you some money back?
all of
You know
that
what I'm
is
saying?
all of that is the people that you around. If you're not really you can be in the court. You know what I'm saying? Like every king, every queen has a court. So you can be in a court with somebody that um is of the ilk of investments and buying property and things like that. But if you can't figure out how you can go from being on the outskirts of the court to being in the circles of the court, you ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna never progress past that. Just like in the first Law of Power when he was telling that story about the guy that made Versailles and did that shit, and the king felt like he was fronting on him and shit, and took his
Mm-hmm.
shit and killed him. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't know if he killed him or if he just exiled him, but he took his shit. Like he took his whole house, all
Mm-hmm.
his land and shit, and then kicked his motherfucking ass out or killed him one. Like that's ill. Like you can fuck up a good thing just by trying too fucking hard. So not knowing how
Mm-hmm.
to get in like in those type of circles are a big reason why people stay in the same kind of positions that they in. But it's really ultimately up to you to figure out how to stay in the working and in that circle to keep the information going around so that you can
Right.
continuously learn how to either get money, keep money, or make more money. So
That part.
yeah, that's
Exactly.
it's just one of them things, man. So we got So I went on ahead and I finished watching that movie and shit, right?
Bad Girls
Bad Girl.
with
So
3D Nutty.
now shout out to 3D Nazi because that's the only reason I watched that movie. It is the only reason I watched that movie is because I like her as an MC. I like her as a person, and it was her first acting joint, so I wanted to see how she did in it. I cannot say
Right,
that she
right.
did a bad job. I cannot say that she did a bad job. However,
Uh-oh.
if this wasn't some, it, I swear it felt like they shot this shit out the same studio where they used to shoot Awakenings. Remember the Awakening? Remember the Awakening? I swear, like that's what that shit
Oh
felt
my
like.
gosh.
I'm like, oh my god! I was like having, it was like chewing overcooked steak. Like I was, oh my god! Like can this shit?
Yeah, I didn't want to say
Oh,
too much to you last time because you said you hadn't finished watching it. But it's like, man, like I highly doubt they were even down here. Like I think they just had clips and snippets of the city of Miami and they just showed South Beach, but I don't think they really filmed that here after watching it.
hey, I don't know the area. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not want to comment on that. But oh my god! Like
Yeah, because you see they was here, then they was in Vegas. Like yeah, it
that's
was.
that's straight to the CD man on 55th and Dan Ryan ass movie man. Like oh my god. I'm not gonna blame the actors. I'm not gonna say that. Of course, there was some overacting and um, it was probably everybody's first film. So I mean, I was not expecting an Oscar-worthy performance from everybody,
Oh no, no,
including the
not at all.
cinematographers and the director. I was not expecting that. It was a hood movie. I watched it for what it was for as long as I could, and oh my god, don't make me do that again. Like if if you see a movie and it looked like it might be one of them joints, don't tell me about it. I don't
I'm
care who.
sorry. I listen. I just got excited
And
because
then on
my
top of
girl was
all of
in the
that shit,
movie.
she was in the tub. You know what I'm saying? Like took the bra off and was in the what? Hold on, oh man, Samantha, what is you doing? Like I was like,
Yeah,
mm, mm. I was hurt. I was hurt.
yeah, yeah. It was, their little sex scenes was just a lot of bouncing up and down.
Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
like y'all, we know y'all ain't fucking. Like it's cool, but y'all could have did this shit a little better than that. But I've seen worse. It's just not much worse. It's not much worse.
Yeah.
So
All
what's
right. So we got our movie out the way. We got our Nas King's Disease out the way. Um, what else we got on the list?
uh well we can't, to be honest, we'd be remiss to not even speak about what's actually going on out here. So between uh it's been a lot of shit happening. So and it's been a lot of shooting. So Tory shot fucking Megan. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, that's how the week started for me. Like, after I guess that shit came out Thursday or Friday. She finally just said it or
Well,
whatever.
she did the video and just kind of said everything. I
Yeah,
think she took to Instagram or something like that,
it's like
and she
what the
put out that video.
fuck?
I
And
didn't even know
some of
who
the
I was
reaction.
looking at first. I've never seen her without makeup. I'm
Oh,
like,
I
oh, that's
have,
me.
I
Oh,
have.
okay.
She cute without makeup. Like I know people it got something to say about her or whatever, but a lot of that is just because she dark skinned. Anyway, um,
Hell, a bitch could change their damn hair color and I won't know who you are. But yeah,
her hair was blue. So, but anyway, what was shocking to me was how people was dragging her for like saying like, no man, this dude shot me. Like he dry shot me. Like whether he shot out the back of the window and then I got on the glass or whatever, or whatever the fuck he was doing. Like he shot me. I had bullet fragments in my feet. Like And then he lied about it and tried to get people to say that I did something and all this other type of shit. And then to see the vitriol from dudes and girls saying that she was lying or that she was snitching, I'm like, God damn, y'all don't like girls.
Yeah, and my thing is, I heard her say in the video as well that, after the shit happened and the ambulance came, she still didn't want to say that she got shot. Like, I guess that's where the story came from, that she cut her foot on some glass because she didn't want to say that she got shot. So they said even once she made it to the hospital, like she still didn't even want to tell the doctors that she got shot. And she said more importantly, she didn't want to say it on the scene once the police arrived because it's a bunch of black people in this video and you didn't want to say, oh, it's a gun in the car in fear of the police may shoot one of y'all. I
Right.
get that, especially with everything that's been going on with the police and the unnecessarily using weapons and firing weapons. Like I get that. I get that fear because I would have the same fear.
It was shocking to me to see how little support she had from people in the general
Yeah,
public, but it was also refreshing to see the guys that stood up for her, like Bun B and
yeah. I saw a few
Bun B stood
celebrities
up
standing
for
up.
her, and he was the one that stood out the most to me. Even though I know it was a couple of other ones that did too, but then you move toward the weekend, and cops are shooting cats in the back, and the details are still sketchy on this, and we kind of went back and forth about discussing this because of the shakiness and the details, but
Right.
we got to say something like the idea that they were so afraid. Like, this is what I don't understand. He walked from one side of the car, from the rear of the other side of the car, all the way around the front
Mhm.
to the driver's side door, and nobody tried to trip him, sweep a leg. Nobody grabbed him.
Well, that's the difference in what I'm seeing because I know we was kind of comparing reports earlier. In the report I saw on USA Today on the website, it said that they had tased him first.
That's okay. So that explains why he was stumbling, because he
So
he
they did
didn't
say
look.
they tased him first.
Because in the video he didn't look like he had all his senses. Like he was. It looked like he was stumbling. So that
Yeah.
makes it even worse. Like that makes it even worse. Like he was already stunned. He was already stunned and was just walking around. Got into the opened up the car, and you wait until he bends over and shoots him 7 times in the back.
Right. Because it's like, dude literally grabbed the back of his shirt. You got the shirt in one hand and then you shooting him in the other.
Right, like you not even holding the gun right. Like, what are you shooting them like this? Like you got your wrist, you know what I'm saying, shooting them sideways and shit. Like how are you even holding the gun where you can, and how are you getting 7 shots off that fucking fast?
Yeah.
What is
And
your
he
gun
he was
set
at
on?
really close range. Because you got the dude literally at arm's length by his shirt. So he's not, and you hear, it's like my arms are short as fuck, but it's like, come on. And it's, just listening to, because I wanted to like kind of dig a little bit into it and see like why were they called out? Like what was the purpose of the police being there? And the report I saw stated that he was at his girlfriend's house and they alluded to the fact that he wasn't supposed to be there. So whether a restraining order was in place, but they just said he wasn't supposed to be there and the police were called.
Is trespassing really grounds to shoot a motherfucker 7 times in the back?
Hell no.
Like
I'm just trying to wrap my brain around why was the police there fucking with him in the first place.
like y'all had
Yeah.
no, like this dude had no other, like he didn't think that he had any other choice than to shoot this dude 7 times in the back. He couldn't
After
let
you
him go and
already
back
tased
away.
them. Yeah. After you already tased them. it was really necessary to shoot him 7 times in the back. So he's turned away from you, like, man, this excessive force bullshit, like, it's
Like what?
getting to be too
I just
much. And
got
then they're only on administrative leave.
yeah. Only on the Minnesota League. I got so many questions because I really want to know why didn't you just bag away so that you could see what the fuck this dude was doing? Why would you follow him if you was that scared? I'm not following nobody that I'm not afraid of. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even if I got a gun, I'm not finna follow you. Like, I need to see what the fuck it is that you doing. Like, you know I got a gun. You know my gun is out and it's pointed and it's ready. So what the fuck is you doing? Like, I need to see what the fuck it is you're doing. I'm not just finna walk up on you, whether my
Mm-hmm.
gun is out or not. I'm not just finna walk up on you when I'm scared. If I'm scared, I'm staying back. Like, man, I need you. Like, what the fuck is you doing? And it's somebody else there with me. Like, what's the point of
Yeah.
having? What's the point of there being two cops there if both y'all scared? Because when I looked at the other video, he looked like he had something drawn. I don't know if it was um the taser gun or if it was another actual firearm. I'm like, God damn, y'all scary than a motherfucker for this
Yeah.
skinny ass dude. Like he
Yeah.
whooped your ass, y'all tased him. He get out and whatever the fuck happened. It didn't. I just don't think that. I can't believe that. Even if he had a knife, it justifies shooting him 7 times in the back. Like it's
Yeah.
especially if he's not facing you and he's bent over a seat. Even if you scared, you shoot him in the ass. Like, what you need to kill him for? Like, why would
That's
you
the
shoot him
thing. They
to the point
shoot
where you
to
wanted to
kill
kill him?
because at with 7 shots, your intent was to kill. Because you can't tell me that wasn't pure intent because, like you said, this man's back is turned toward you. You got all back, so it's like you don't know if he was trying to get his ID, his wallet, whatever. He's not posing a threat to you in that moment because his back is turned towards you. He's not facing you with a knife or a weapon or, there's no threats of anything. His back is turned.
I don't know. Maybe it's just that's just the low end in me. Like, I don't. I'm not of the ilk where, and we grew up like as a dude. I grew up to just comply. Like whatever it is that they saying, always speak respectfully of them. Don't make no sudden movements and shit. Let them know when you're reaching for something, where you reaching for it at and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your hands attended to or on the glass or whatever. Try to make them as comfortable as possible so that you make it home. So even though internally I question why the fuck was he walking away from the police? What the fuck was he doing? Why would you go reaching in your car? Like internally I'm thinking that, but they don't know them fucking conversations. You know what I mean? Like they
Mm-hmm.
don't know like the conversations that mothers have with their sons, fathers have with their sons about how to interact with the
Mm-hmm.
police in the black household. They don't know what that conversation is. So you don't know that this boy or this man may more than likely have been trained to do whatever the fuck y'all say. And that whatever it is that y'all doing is that he's doing is out of fear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Mm-hmm.
gotta be based in fear. He didn't already got into a fight with y'all and shit. What's the next step?
Yeah.
Like so I don't know. I think it's hard to it's hard to really speak on this without having like the details of everything that happened or to
Mm-hmm.
have an actual account of what happened. And thank God he lived so um, he can have his day in court. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure that once he came out of that shit, they put him under arrest. Like I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
as petty as these
Yeah.
motherfuckers is, as soon as they found out that he was alive and he was stable, they put him under arrest. So hopefully he'll get his day in court so that he can try to explain what his version of what the fuck happened and these people can't just say whatever, and that's all the fuck that we got to go off of.
Yeah.
So as soon as like after that shit happens, of course
When you got the
Kenosha,
protest.
they
Yeah.
start protesting, they start rioting,
Mhm.
and you got a motherfucker that don't live there came up there with a whole fucking rifle
AR-15.
and is up there to help. What the fuck did
That shit just literally blew the fuck out of me. And this motherfucker, he killed two people, injured one. And after this was done, like, the police officers gave this motherfucker water. They made sure he was hydrated
I didn't
and
see
told
that.
him thank you.
I didn't
And
see
told
that
him
part.
thank you.
I didn't see that part. If that shit happened, that's crazy. What I did see was that somebody he was arguing with somebody. Somebody pulled their phone out when they heard the gunshot and started recording him. He was standing over this dude, and as soon as he saw somebody with a camera, he took off. So it was people that was trying to figure out how to help this guy because he was laying on his back, and it was like they couldn't see where he was hit because this dude had shot him in the face. So he had a hole in his head, and they was trying to stop the bleeding and shit. Of course, he didn't make it, but this dude
Hmm.
started running. So because he started running, people started
Other
chasing
people
him.
started running after him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
running after him to get him to stop and shit. Somebody finally got him down, and he shot another motherfucker.
Hmm.
And then by that time, everybody just got away from him, and he just calmly walked toward the police and shit, and had his hands up with this fucking big ass gun around his waist, and they just took him in with open fucking arms or whatever, and let him go because they didn't even pick him up until like the day after that shit.
Yeah, man. Like, one thing that I didn't see, like,
17
what was
years
the,
old.
yeah, this young ass dude, but what was the race of the people that he shot?
They was white.
That,
Like the the
okay.
the first dude, looking at the video, the first dude was white. I didn't
Hmm.
see I couldn't see what the second person was. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't see if it was a black man or a white man or what. More than likely it was a white guy because um it looked as if he was trying to get him to let go of the gun. And
Mm.
I don't see a black man running up on a white boy with a big ass
Mm-mm.
gun talking about give it here. That just don't sound like us.
Yeah, that's not something we would do.
It don't sound like us. Now there are some superhero motherfuckers out there, so I don't. I'm not. He man. God bless the dead, regardless. You know what I'm saying? Because he was brave for trying to do that shit anyway.
Yeah, the
But
way our shit
it
is
don't
gonna work
sound
out is when we hear some gunshots, either we
scattered.
got a gun and we shooting back, or we ducking them and moving.
Yeah, man. So we getting low. You know what I'm saying? That's where that whole phrase came from, man. We getting low because you either ducking down or you running fast. And when you running fast, the object is to get small. Right? When you getting away from something, but the further
Hell
away you
yeah.
get, the smaller you get. I'm getting low. I'm getting little. That's what we used to say. You getting man, he got little.
Hell yeah. So I have to ask, because I've been seeing this motherfucker blinging throughout this whole damn video. What kind of watches that you have on?
Oh my God. I don't even want to talk about this motherfucker. So I just put up an article Monday about this brand called Parnas that pretty much makes, I don't want to say copies, in the watch community they call homages. So they look
Mhm.
like the watch that they inspired by, but they not that watch. So it's like the best way to describe it is like how you know Dior will make something and then Fashion Nova make something just like it.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's something like that. So the series that I was doing was about companies that copy Rolex, and they make watches. They make watches similar. to Rolex, and why do so many? Because there's a lot of companies that do this. So I got a couple of
Mhm.
watches in order to review them and to see what they quirks were and what was
Mhm.
good about them, what was bad about them, and things like that. So this is one of them. This is just a it's a it's a copy of a Datejust. So
Okay.
the Rolex Datejust is my favorite watch of all time. Like
Right.
that's my favorite watch of all time. So I just I got it because it looked amazing. Like it looked amazing in the pictures, and then when I got it, it still looked awesome. But once you start using it, it's like, oh god, it was such a headache. Like once, like it was such a headache. Like I got one of them sitting here, this blue joint that I couldn't even get the links sized because they were like seized in the bracelet, so I couldn't get the screws out so I can adjust it so I can
Oh,
actually wear it.
okay.
So I ended up taking the bracelet off and just ordered a new one. The new one come and it won't fit. So I'm like, okay,
Oh,
so the bracelet won't fit. So I had to call them again and tell them like, hey man, the replacement bracelet that y'all sent me, it won't fit. So they sent me another one. This is a fucking pandemic, so it's coming from China. So it
oh
took like
gosh,
six
it's gonna
fucking weeks.
take forever.
It took like 6 weeks. By the time the next bracelet came in, I was like, man, I don't want to sit on this any longer. I had already sat on it throughout the storm and then the power outage and stuff like that. I hadn't put
Mhm.
any new content on the website in weeks because I was trying to get the bracelets and shit sorted so I could wear this other watch and get an
Mhm.
opinion of it, an honest opinion of it. And it just didn't work out. Like it was starting to give me a headache. So I just wrote something. I wrote what it was that I had and I just took it from there. But it's comfortable. I don't have to worry about it. So I put
Yeah.
it on.
All right. It looks good on you. I like it.
Oh well, thank you.
It
I
was
appreciate it.
catching my attention.
Oh! The ladies was watching it. The ladies. No, I'm fucking around, man. Like it looks nice. I can't front on it. Like it looks nice. It looks just like a date chest. It's just not a date chest, and it
Okay.
really wouldn't be bad. It really wouldn't be bad because I'm not a snob. Like it's not like it's not a Rolex. It's not like that. The thing is that once you get to like the customer service portion of a company, that's when things get south. Like you can put up with a lot of shit when you know and understand the quality of the product it is that you're buying.
Mhm.
But once you have an issue with it, you still expect for the customer service to be there. Like
Exactly.
you can
Yeah.
deal with a product that's subpar as long as the customer service is good. If the customer service is good, they treat you well. You have an issue with a product, you'll go buy it again simply because the customer service was good. So you didn't have a
Mhm.
bad experience. If the shit didn't work and then you call customer service and they telling you fuck you or they're making you jump through all of these loops, you're like, God
Right.
damn, man, y'all ain't shit. So that completely turns you off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference because, I'm not gonna spend my money again if I'm getting some bad customer service. So customer service is always everything.
Yeah. So I did a write up on it. It's on brushandpolish.com. Thanks for that free plug that I got to throw in there. You be Johnny on the spot with shit. Can't nobody fuck with you, B. Don't let nobody tell you nothing. Don't let nobody tell you.
Oh my gosh. Well, yep. So that's that. We went through. Oh, how's the dog? You got to update us on the dog.
Oh man. All right. So Buddy is a trip. Buddy a trip. So I had I still been training him. Like he he ain't killed nothing. He ain't killed nothing
So
this
no
week.
more squirrels and small
Nah,
purse puppies.
he ain't killed nothing. He did fuck up a stuffed toy though that he had like a week. Like he we was like I was it was advertised as being tough enough for his breed. So I wasn't thinking that the shit was gonna rip. That shit ripped like a motherfucker. It ripped, and then this fucking killer, like he rips it, and then he digs out the top part of the head to try to get to the squeaky toy or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, how you just dig in between the eyes to get like to the brain, fam? Like, what is wrong with your nutty ass? Like, why would you just like he was focused on that part of the? It was like a raccoon or whatever, and
Yeah, I remember you sent me a video of him with his new toy. I was like, oh, he have a new toy, so it didn't make it past 24
hell no,
hours.
no, it was longer than 24 hours. Like I think it lasted a week. I think it lasted a
Okay,
week. But I'm
okay.
like, damn, fam. Like, so I had to take it away from him because it was stuffing in it. I didn't know it was stuffing in it. So it was
Yeah.
it was stuffing in it, and then the squeak thing. I didn't want him to bust that and end up swallowing it, so I had to take it away from him. It was like his favorite little thing too, man. Like
Yeah.
he fucked that thing up, man. Like,
Yeah. He seems like he just needs some toys to keep him occupied and keep him interested. So,
yeah,
that
constant.
definitely when
Like,
you see some toys on sale on clearance at the Petco or on Chewy, get it, because whatever keeps him occupied, like balls, or since he likes squeaky toys, like they do have this one like battery operated joint where it'll just bounce around and you
that's
know
some lazy
keep him
shit.
occupied. It is, but
That's some lazy
if you
shit.
don't have a lot of time handy and you're trying to keep your fur babies occupied, that may be the thing to do.
So I had you sent me this you sent me this collar. So I've been using this collar, and I got it back here, like,
You
cause
do?
yeah, it's right,
Okay.
cause I got it right by the front door or whatever. So we go out the front door and shit. So I was using that, and he seemed to be responding to it. It was going pretty well, and
Hmm.
then we had an incident where we was walking down the street, and I'm telling him to come on, and I'm doing it how it is that they telling me to do it, and he would not chill the fuck out. So I'm hitting the vibrator, and it seems to be agitating him even fucking more. Like he like digging into the ground, like ready to. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this? So I hit him with the, what I'm saying, with the zapping and shit. That motherfucker, oh, like he had the
Oh
man.
gosh.
I had that. It was like a cartoon or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he got, you know what I'm saying, caught one of them and shit. So I was like, oh shit. After I giggled, you know what I'm saying, we walked back to the house, and I just tried it around the yard a couple of times, and he just didn't seem responsive to it. And I didn't feel, and to be honest, I was kind of scared, or I didn't feel comfortable turning it up past 3, even though this shit go up to 10. Who the fuck is 10 for? Like, cause
Okay, wait. I got a confession. So I just wanted to see how the shit fucking works. So I just put the shit.
oh no, fam. Oh
Yeah,
man, you gonna get us kicked off the air. Oh yeah, I come and let you know.
legit, legit. Like I put the shit like in the palm of my hand, and I had it on 3.
Oh, you did
Right?
this shit to yourself?
Yeah,
Oh, please tell this story. Oh, please
Joe.
tell this story. Your battery powered ass. Please tell this story.
Joe. Oh my gosh. It do give you a little joke. Like just just on instinct, I just threw the motherfucker across the room.
Oh shit. Oh my god! I tried to no, like I had that shit on one on my finger, And I was like, oh, okay, that feels weird. But I wasn't turning that shit up to no fucking 3. Like, I had just seen film, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, he had got shot in the neck or some shit. I wasn't finna put that shit on your motherfucking ass. No, I need to see. I need to see. You go right ahead, boo boo. You go right ahead. That motherfucker shot the shit out your.
Listen, like goddamn. I'm just saying because I'm like, okay, at first I didn't want to use the shot because that just seemed like it'd be some like cruel type shit. So I was only using the vibrate for my dog. So I was only using vibrate, and I think I hit the sound button a couple times. But I'm like, is this like really cruel? I'm like, okay, let me just see real quick. So I just and god damn it, no.
This shit brought the shock to your life that you needed.
Mm-mm.
That bolt electricity that you was looking for.
Thank God I had my hair already braided down. Cause
Oh,
ooh,
wow.
Lord, who knows?
Oh, man, I'd have paid money to be there. I'd have
Oh
paid
my goodness.
money to see that shit. I'm talking about cash. Man, I'd have cashed out.
And I still okay. So that was for the dog. So okay, so let me show you. I got this from one of the little gun shows. A little taser, and won't nobody let me try it on them. Yeah, I just how am I supposed to know the shit work? My thing is, I don't want to wait till a motherfucker walking up on me and I go to zzz, and the shit don't work and you still get my ass anyways. Like, I need to know it's gonna lay a motherfucker out.
Gee, when you push the button, do that shit start popping? Snap,
Yeah,
crackling, popping? Then it worked.
yeah.
Then it worked. Like,
No, no. I need to know how it's gonna affect the person that I put it on.
the way that they do, the way that you test the taser is to test it on yourself. So whoever the fuck it
Nuh-uh,
was that you bought
no.
that from, you need to give it to them and say that you want to test it. They're gonna have 2 motherfuckers hold your arms up like this.
No, they not
They gonna come
one.
behind you. They gonna
Mm-mm.
come behind you and shock you right in the crack of
Nope.
your ass and tell you taser, taser, taser. Shock the shit out so you can get that and feel yourself and go ahead on about your day. That's how the fuck they test that shit. So you go right
Mm-mm.
ahead, B. That's why you shouldn't have that type of shit, man. Why you shouldn't have nothing battery operated no more.
Well, I do have like a couple homegirls that, been in some shitty relationships with baby daddies and shit. So I just said on site, if I ever see the nigga, I'm gonna hit him with that taser and find out if it worked. Mm-hmm.
Wow. My suggestion would be to just test it before you take it out. Like just to hit the button, see if it pop. If it pop, it worked. You know what I mean?
Okay, but no, I need more details than that. Fuck
So
if the
you want
shit
to see
pop.
what happened when
I want to see what happened. Like when I hit you with it, are you still gonna be able to run? Is it gonna lay you out? Are you gonna be stunned for a minute? Like I want to see what the effects are gonna be. Fuck this shit, snap, crackling, and popping. Like I want to see what's gonna happen after that.
hey man, listen, man, you got a good thigh right there.
Mm-mm.
Why don't
Nah,
you,
you ain't
man,
finna.
get you one of them mouthpieces, whatever that they put in your mouth. They put in the people mouths. They get that electroshock therapy when they put that shit into that
Mm-mm.
thing.
Mm-mm.
And just go ahead and tap your motherfucking thigh. See how that shit go for you. Don't hit one of the
Mm-hmm.
tattoos because it's gonna burn.
Nah, you got me fucked up, fam. I ain't doing that shit.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
I ain't the one that got you fucked up. You the one that's got shit fucked up. Talking about you wanna try it on somebody before you actually take it out and have to use it in the field. What the fuck is wrong
Yeah.
with you? What the fuck is wrong with what is wrong with what is with you and your electric personality all of a sudden, man? Your motherfucking ass shocking dogs and people and shit.
Look, I'm just saying. I just want to know that all this voltage that this is supposed to have. I want to know what it's gonna do. Because if
Now
I do ever
let
have to,
me see, push the button real
no,
quick.
no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm
I just
not.
want I
You
want to see.
no.
That shit sounds dangerous as hell. Like it do. Like I already know it do.
No.
You got shockers and shotguns and shit. Because I know
Yeah, I
you
got
got
Silk the
pistols and
Shocker.
guns and shit.
Mm-hmm. Got
Oh my god.
Silk the Shocker. Yep. Mm-hmm. But
Why
I
is it
just need
pink?
to know because I'm a girl, Damon.
I'm just saying, like, what difference do it make if it's pink? Like, it's supposed to make me feel better because it's supposed to not let me know that you finna shot the shit out of me because it's pink. Like, I don't understand that. Like, that shit need to be black. It need to look lethal because that's what the fuck it is. How many volts is that motherfucker?
I listen. I don't even know. I don't even remember. But
Wow, it's not even labeled, fam.
no, it don't say how many volts is on it. No, it just say trigger. Like that's the brand that it is. Like I said, I don't even know if the shit worked.
Where did you buy that shit from?
At
Alley?
a gun show. A gun show.
Child, please. Y'all and
So
y'all weapons down there, man. Y'all have fun, man. Y'all gonna need it down there because you motherfuckers is
I
nuts.
said if my man never got out of line, I was gonna put it on him and see what to do.
That's some bullshit. You might want to just keep it handy since you got motherfuckers walking around Florida, breaking in people's houses with monitors on their ankle and shit. Like, what the fuck, B? How the fuck? How the fuck you go in somebody else shit with a monitor on your ankle to say you ain't in your shit? Like you supposed to be in your shit. You got a thing on your wrist to say you supposed to be in your shit, and to know that you ain't in your shit. You gonna go in somebody else shit, and then you gonna go in somebody else shit to do the shit that got you in the on the fucking monitor. Ooh, man, yo people,
Just stupid.
yo people, and why
You
did
better
his
get your
mama
cousins,
name?
bro.
Man, nah, hey man, you right there, fam. You right there. Them is your people. Devontae and Raekwon. Like the fucking Jodeci freaking you remix and shit. Like,
Oh my gosh.
boy, boy,
That shit had me dying, fam, but I ain't
boy.
gonna lie. I don't know why I feel like confessing some shit tonight. Like my son's name is almost that, but not quite.
Oh
His
wow.
middle name, though. His middle name.
We got some old ass names, B. Shout out to our mamas for having the foresight to know that we was gonna get older. Swear to God, man. Like, cause had you left that, oh my God, man. I was born in the right. I think shit went south in '83. shit went south.
Yeah.
83, 84, shit went south, man. Like motherfuckers had all kinds of fucked up names in 83 and 84.
Yeah, no, and I think now um I see a lot of people naming their kids after celebrities. For instance, when I was in the hospital having my daughter, I heard her back in 2007. And after you have the baby, like after like maybe a day or two later, you go to like this parenting class. Like they put all the new mothers in a room. You bring your baby, and they show you how to change a pamper and do all this shit and pump and all that. And I remember it was a young girl. She had a little baby girl there too. And I was like, oh, what's her name? She's so pretty. She was like, oh, her name is Beyonce Rihanna. Bitch, I walked away. I ain't got shit else to say to you. Like, for real.
Beyonce, Rihanna, and you say that this was in '07.
Yeah, 2007.
Child, please. My daughter, her name was almost Sage. Yes, like
As
the
a first
spice.
name?
Yeah, like as the spice, like Sage. And I mean, no, you're not gonna do that, man.
Power Spice.
Yeah,
Sorry.
No,
I
she
put it.
apologizing for that ain't her name. Like, for that exact same reason, man. Like,
I'm
you
thinking
trying to get
about the Spice Girls.
yeah, you trying to get her fucked up. Like you gonna like people gonna talk about her
Age.
forever. Like man, like you can't name her Sage. What's wrong with you? Like I get it. Somebody on ESPN named Sage. I get all of that. She had to grow up though. Like having to go through fucking life and you a black girl named Sage. Is you crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I used to get teased a lot too for my name. Venus, Mars, Jupiter. It's like, well, fuck you.
For real, people used to tease you with planets. I thought they'd have called you that fly trap.
Yeah, I got Venus flytrap a lot too.
Probably called you a fly trap. Talking about you got that fly trap.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I
Oh
always
God.
hated my name as a kid, but now as an adult, like I absolutely love my name. But I did find out later on in life that there was a coin toss that took place for my name, and Pops won. Thank goodness, because if my mom's had won, I would be Simone.
Simone.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't.
That ain't
I'm
too
not
bad.
feeling Simone.
That's because you
I don't have Simone energy. Like usually most Simones I
Simone
come in
energy.
contact with is like stuck up.
Venus, your ass is not grounded. Like I need you to okay.
What?
Listen, man. Like I
I've
love you.
been working on my root chakra.
Like I
Hmm.
like I love you. But your ass is not no motherfucker. No, like you trying to act like Simone's and stuck up. Like Venus, your ass is bougie than a motherfucker. Like I bet cash. I bet cash. I bet cash. I bet cash that before you got on this motherfucking microphone tonight,
Hmm.
your motherfucking headphones match your earrings that match your watch. I bet cash.
That was unintentional.
Right, okay. That's all right, man. Hey, listen, man. On that note, man, we're gonna call it a night, man. We're gonna call it a night, man. Like, yeah, but you ain't bougie. Okay, man. Okay.
That was unintentional. Listen, like I'm like, okay, you know, I didn't feel like curling my hair or nothing. So I'm like, let me throw on my little bull's hat and, put on my big earrings, my hoop earrings, make it a little, cute and a little hood at the same time. You know what I'm
Venus, I
saying?
got to go, man. I got to go. Okay, I can't do this no more, man. It's gonna be the
Whatever.
end of this episode, y'all. But I want to thank y'all for joining us this week on the Low End Theories podcast. Tune in with us next week. I promise we're gonna start talking about 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah, because we
But
just skipped right over that.
yeah,
Like I have my book over here ready and everything.
but Venus too busy coordinating shit. I can't take it no more. So
No hate. No
so
hate.
we're gonna get back to y'all next week, y'all. So this has been us, man, signing off, man. Peace.
All right. Peace, everybody.